Here is my manifestation testimonial about how I created this beautiful little sacred haven in my backyard, where it all originated in my imagination before materializing into my world. I would like to share how I did this, the method I used as well. Firstly, my name is Gareth Fleck. I make manifestation videos using Neville Goddard's techniques. I use my own experiences so I can show you what is capable, and it's also truth to me. So I always wanted to have a wee sacred haven. I run my own business, Sacred Haven, where I help people with manifestation coaching, healing, trauma, release, energy works, everything spiritual. And I never had a nice, beautiful place to do this. So I'd always had the vision to do it. But after my father passed away, I went away to a wee retreat for 2 days just to have silence and heal and be still within myself and be with God. And I started having these visions of a wee haven I had created in the backyard. And because I was moving home to be with mum after dad passed, so I can help support her and my brother and my own healing. And I started having a vision of a bell tent in the backyard. So I started really focusing on that vision, and I started adding to it, crafting it in my mind. I started seeing the bell tent. My intention was to have the bell tent, nice gardens, a nice, relaxing, tranquil place. And then I created a scene which implied that this was real. So the scene was sitting in my tent with a client in front of me telling me how happy they are and how wonderful the place is. Or I also created another one, meeting them at the gate and walking them down, and people saying, wow, this is so beautiful, because that would imply that the wish is fulfilled, right? So when we manifest, we create a scene, a short snippet that implies the wish fulfilled. So it could be sitting with your parent or loved one or friend over a coffee saying, I'm so happy and grateful. Everything in my life is working out for the best. And then you hear them say, that's wonderful. Of course it is. You deserve it. Or something as short as that, like, well, have you heard the wonderful news about so and so? And they go, no, what happened? You're like, oh, the best things happen for them. Their business is booming. If that's like something you want to do for someone else. But I had done this for creating my little haven. So I'm just looking at it now. Um, and the most amazing thing started to happen. I started having all these ideas, and I told mum, I'm going to move home, I'm going to create this. And this is what I started with. I had to move all this decking out, all this stuff away. I had to rip out the garden. I had to do all this digging and labor and all this stuff. So I was putting in the work, because it was kind of like God just took over me, and I was doing all this work for hours on end. And Mum's like, you need to stop, Gary. You need to have a rest. I'm ripping out bushes and digging holes. And I'm like, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. So I still had to apply the action to make it come to fruition. But I drew this down. This is the wee picture I drew. See, it's got the little pathway, some trees, and the wee tent. And I thought that was cool. That was my original vision. But then a lady from a fellowship, she's a landscaper, gardener, she came over and she's like, oh, I love your vision, because I told her all about it. And she's like, can I make something for you? And I was like, yeah, sure thing. How much is it going to cost? And she's like, no, I want to do it for free. I want to help the vision. And I was like, okay, wonderful. Okay, if you're sure. And boom, she came up with this. Here's a picture of it. Hopefully, I have it. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Okay, so we're going to put a garden here and here. And she's like, okay, wonderful. I'm going to go away and create a garden plan. And she created this garden plan. Hopefully, the picture's here, which is incredible. So I've created this scene that implied the wish fulfilled, seeing people helping people, them telling me how beautiful it is. And then God creates situations, events, and people, brings them into your life to bring this to fruition, to craft, such as my mum helping me fund a lot of this. I paid for all the tent, but she would help me, like, would go halves in getting all the gravel, halves in getting the mulch, halves in getting the pond, and I'd just do all the work. And um, it was so exciting because we were both like manifesting it together, because I told her the vision and we shared it together. But it's just come out so beautiful and so effortlessly. And it took like from the first vision I had and then started creating the scene in my mind. It took about 2 months to get it pretty good. It's been about 3 months now, and I've seen people, and people are coming over and looking at and telling me how beautiful it is, and the visualization I had has already been complete. So now I'm upping it to having more people, which is great. But that's what you need to do, is have the vision, create it in your mind, feel it to be real, just a short snippet that implies the wish fulfilled, and then you repeat it over and over your mind, give it the feeling, feel it to be real, and then you believe in God, your imagination, to bring it together. You don't need to worry about how it's going to. Sometimes it's fun to entertain how it's going to happen, but don't get too caught up with that mental energy. Just focus on that scene, that one scene it implies, and then you do your part as well. If you're not just going to, unless you're really good at it and you can just do it and you do nothing, like, you can do that, but I always like to add a little bit of my own effort to work towards it and get the ball rolling, and like going and buying my statue and buying the stones and laying it all down. But subconscious just takes over. The amount of work I do for hours and bleeding and just covered in dirt and mud, but the vision was so pure and I knew it was going to happen. It just had to happen. And it's so wonderful. And my little cat loves being in there, the dog loves going in there, and yeah, it's a really special wee place. So I hope that helps you, and it's quite exciting. You can do it yourself. Imagination creates reality when you use it right. And if you use it wrong, and be careful, because it also works wrong for you. So just focus on a positive, see your life how you want it to be seen. Create a scene where you're telling your friend how wonderful your life is, or about your new promotion, or this beautiful girl you've met, or this trip you've just been on, or I just received this amazing news, I can't believe it. And you hear them congratulate you. I'm so I'm so happy, congratulations. And you just play that scene and feel it to be real, and just plant those seeds and entertain it, and just watch your life change. It's so true. It just works and works and works. And you might get discouraged, but just keep at it. Keep at it. Just think big, think small little ones as well. Just test it on your family. Here see your like, my brother comes home sometimes and tell, like, so he don't I should reiterate, I imagine him saying, "Hey, I got the work I got a pay rise," and I've seen that in my head over and over. And then he comes home in the work queue, like, "Oh my God, I just got a pay rise." It's it's amazing. You can change your dog's behavior. Everything is you pushed out, and it's all your imagination. It's all through it. The intelligence of God is all through it. So if you craft it right, then you can do it. Don't just listen to the knowledge, because that's just water. Water is knowledge. So you want to turn your water into wine. Use this knowledge to manifest something yourself. Turn the water into wine and experience it for yourself, so you know it to be true for you, and create a wonderful life for yourself and for others. Start using it for other people. If you hear someone say they want something, create it in your mind. It's up to you to be a service to God, to help this person, help them. If they're struggling, they haven't got a job, see them employed. If they're, having trouble with their car, see them with a nice new car, telling you how wonderful it is, or them taking you for a drive. Or if they're lonely, see them telling you, "I just met the most beautiful girl or the most beautiful man, and they're making me so happy. It's everything I ever wanted." And fall in love with those visions. Do it lovingly and compassionately and kindly, and just watch the world change. If you want a one-on-one session with me, booking link is in the description. I'd love to do one with you. And subscribe, like, comment. May peace be on your soul, and all the best on your manifestation journeys. Goodbye.